Hey everyone, so Montreal Canadiens were in Columbus tonight to play the Blue Jackets. It was a kind of a rematch from last week's game where Montreal won in a shootout 3-2 at home, and this week they're in Columbus. So the game started out, I was doing a live stream, so obviously when I do a live stream I don't pay as much attention to, and I only live streamed the first period, so I'm not able to pay that much attention, but I can tell you this. I didn't write down the time, but Robinson, pretty early in the game, Eric Robinson scored from Savard and Wenberg. It was his second goal. It made it 1-0. At 16:31, Lehkonen tied it up with his third goal from Deneau and Kulak. So they evened it out. Their shots were even in the period, 13 apiece, and there were no power plays. So now I watched the second and third period very closely. I can't really tell you exactly how they played. From what I could tell, it was a back and forth type of game. If anything, Columbus might have had a little bit more ice time in the offensive zone than Montreal did in the first period, but that's from what I can tell. Second period comes along. At 4:29 of the second, Yoel Armia makes a nice tip from a shot by Sherratt. He was at the half boards battling, I think, like two Blue Jackets. Somehow he got the puck and he got it on net, and it was going right at the goalie, but Armia, a nice little tip. So that's Armia, his seventh goal. He hasn't scored in a while. So considering the injuries, it was nice to see Armia get a goal. It was his seventh goal from Sherratt and Petrie. There was great passing in that period by Montreal. I liked their passing, and at points, I can't say for the first, but at points in the third period, it was pretty nice as well. There were some nice passing plays by Montreal and by Columbus. Columbus was right on the ball. I said they're at home. It's a revenge game. They're going to come out strong, and they're going to play hard against Montreal. They want to win, and they scored 5 goals. It was a 5-2 loss by Montreal. They scored 5 goals. It's not often they score 5 goals, so this was a game that they really wanted to win. Suzuki gets a nice breakaway. I can't forget. I think it was Domi that feeds him the puck, and he goes in on that. He tries to deke. He's stick handing back and forth. You can see he tried to deke and then put the puck through the 5-hole. It didn't work. But it was a nice breakaway by him, a nice try, and a nice save by Korpisalo. Domi is really motoring. I noticed in the second period, like he's flying on the ice. Later on he took a dumb penalty, and I don't know. He wasn't the same exactly in the third period, I found, but second period he was motoring. At 12:50, Weber tries to gather an errant puck behind the net. So he gets the puck. He's trying to get it, but it goes off his skate, off the back part of his skate, and or it hits his skate, and he kind of tries to kick it. I don't know if he did it on purpose or not, but he literally kicked the puck up into the slot, and it goes right to Pierre Dubois in the slot in front of Price, and he shoots and he scores. I was just hesitating there because I see there's an assist to Benstrom, but I guess it's because Benstrom was kind of pressuring Weber, and the puck might have hit Benstrom's stick, then bounced off his skate. So it's from as Dubois' 8th goal from Benstrom, so it's 2-2. That ties it up. At 13:14, Wheel goes off for holding. It's a bad penalty, and Columbus comes close. They hit the post. At 18 minutes, Murray gets a holding penalty. They kill it off. In the period, Montreal was better team. They had some really nice passing plays. They had better puck control and outshot and outchanced them. Shots on goal were 11-7, and they each had a power play, and they didn't score. So they played better in the second period, better than Columbus, but they didn't in the first. I think in the first, and definitely didn't in the third. Where I said that Montreal is a team that comes on strong in the third, they kind of get better each period. It wasn't so in this game. It was up until the end of the second, because the first they were so-so, and the second they were better. They were the better team, but the third it fell off. And it's too bad because tomorrow's they're playing at home to Ottawa, so it's back-to-back games. It's harder to win the second game of a back-to-back game, and they're going to kind of need to because that's 2 losses in a row now. And it's also they had points in 6 games in a row, and so this broke the point streak. So Montreal, I said the shots on goal and everything. Next period comes up, and Montreal's kind of being outplayed. It doesn't start off well. It kind of looks like the beginning of the first, and it continues that way. Columbus just outplays them. At 6:54, Benstrom is in the slot. He risks a shot. This is a bad goal. He risks the shot. It goes over the net and hits. I don't know what it hit in the back, but it pops right up like a loop over. Now Price is trying to get back to cover the net, like put his chest up against the net so that nothing can come in, but it bounces off his chest before he can get there and goes in. So that's Benstrom, his third from Milano and Dubois. It's 3-2 now for Columbus, and I'm worried at this point. I don't want to write down game over because it's only 3-2, and Montreal fights back, and I thought they would here. At 10:46, Domi takes a really bad interference call, and that could be costly. That's what I wrote there, and it was. 19 seconds later, that's all it took. 19 seconds later. Boone Jenner gets a power play goal. He tips in a shot from Bjorkstrand, and he tips it in and goes down right through the 5-hole. Price had no chance on that. So that's 2 goals right there. Price not at fault. And it's 4-2. Jenner's 5th goal from Bjorkstrand and Werenski. At 12:09, Werenski takes a holding penalty. They kill it off. Here we go. I didn't write the time down, but Nyquist, near the end, Nyquist puts it away. He makes a really nice pass through the slot. Not cross ice because he's in the slot, but, like halfway. To Dubois, who's kind of hidden. You don't really see him at the side of the net. It's a bit of a sharp angle, but not really. And Price has to slide across, and he doesn't make it. And Dubois has like an open net to shoot at it, and he doesn't miss. So that's Dubois, his 9th goal from Nyquist and Bjorkstrand. I think that's 3 points there for Bjorkstrand. He had a good night. And it's 5-2, and now it's game over because there's under 5 minutes to go. So defensive breakdowns in front of Price and a bad bounce off the backboards, and Columbus wins the game. The defense and some really good passing plays by Columbus spells a loss for Montreal with less than 5 minutes to play. I can't see a comeback happening, and it doesn't. And it seems like the Habs are snake bit in Columbus. So I'm not picking any stars because, quite frankly, I didn't find anybody that deserved one other than, quite frankly, here, maybe you could say the goal scorers, although I didn't see Lekkonen's goal. Armia's was a nice tip-in. And Nick Suzuki. Nick Suzuki, I thought, had a really nice game. His first official game at center on the second line. And I thought he had a really nice game. He made some really nice passes. One of them really right into the slot from the side of the net, right into the slot. I don't remember who it was the pass was to. Obviously, it was probably one of his line mates. The pass didn't get to him exactly. He struggled getting the pass. But a nice pass, because if he would have got that cleanly, it would have been at least a nice shot attempt, right? So some really good work by Nick Suzuki. So if I'm going to have to call it, I'm probably going to say, because I didn't see the Lekkonen goal, Armia for the 1st star, Lekkonen 2nd star, Suzuki 3rd star. Shots on goal tonight were 32 for Montreal, 26 for Columbus. In the face-off circle, we killed them. I don't know why we lost. We killed them 62% to 38%. And power plays 0 for 2 for Montreal, 1 for 2 for Columbus. Montreal drops to 11, 6, and 4, and they drop down to 3rd in the Atlantic because Florida beat Philadelphia 5-2 also, the same score, and that puts them 1 point ahead of Montreal. So Montreal's in 3rd in the Atlantic. Next game is in in Montreal tomorrow night against Ottawa. So the second game back-to-backs. Carey Price didn't really have a bad game. At least 3 of those goals were not. He had no chance on. I think 4 of them he had no chance on. Can't blame him. He didn't have a particularly hard game with 26 shots. It's a good chance you're going to see him tomorrow in nets against Ottawa. I have a feeling that he might be. So who knows, right? We'll find out tomorrow. I don't think they're going to make any changes to the lineup. I didn't hear about any call-ups. They obviously haven't made a trade, so I don't think there'll be any changes tomorrow to the lineup. Possibly on the defensive side, we'll have to see. Obviously, I'm recording this right after the game, so there's obviously no announcement of any kind of changes. That'll come tomorrow. My preview, I hope I'll have any lineup changes. So that's it for my video. If you liked it, give a thumbs up. Appreciate that. You can head on down there while you're giving the thumbs up, and you can subscribe and ring the notifications bell if you haven't already. And that'll get you all of my videos and your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge. I realized I didn't do my proper opening. Now I'm blocked. Okay, so that's, yeah, and you can leave any comments you may have about the video, about the game, about anything you feel like in the comment section. That's right down there, and I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. I do read all my comments, by the way, and I answer usually pretty quickly. Yeah, I guess that's it. So that's all right here, Talking Habs. Thanks for watching, and go Habs go! Let's go home tomorrow and kick some Ottawa Senator ass. I know I say that all the time. Bye, y'all.